consult your phone and consult your social media handles? Or do you wake up in the morning and spend that first few minutes or first few hours of the day, in worship of Yahweh? The one who capacitated you to sleep and woke up. The psalmist says, I slept and I woke. It says, because the Lord was with me. How do you create time for God? You cannot be too busy, like I said earlier on, for the one that you love. When we say certain things are to be done, say in the Lord's house, for example, how do you work around your schedules such that you make yourself available for the use of the Lord? That's the question we are asking. How do you do that? Maybe everyone, when we get back home today, maybe we need to, go back and ask ourselves critical questions and, scan through our day, and ask ourselves, what time do I actually wake up? And try to do a mental note. Not mental note, actually. Write it out, okay? What time do I wake up? What time do I go to bed? What are the things that I engage in during the day? And ask yourself, how best can I create more time for the Lord? Creating time for the Lord also goes beyond just having personal communion and devotion with the Lord. It would also include you being able to making yourself available in the Lord's house for his use. Some people, laziness is the reason why they're not available for the Lord. Because take for example, as a ministry, we need people in the transport department. Right. We need people in the transport department. You've announced 1 million and one times and nobody is willing. Nobody has expressed desire, to be part of this. Why? Because the priority or the preferences of people, differ. Someone is not willing to working around their schedule. Listen, it pays you to actually inconvenience yourself for the convenience of the kingdom. That make yourself convenient, leading to the inconvenience of the kingdom. Does that make sense? So it makes sense for you to making yourself available, sometimes going out of your way, going out of your regular schedule, just to being able to take, for example, to serve, or to being in the Lord's house. Take, for example, recharge. You can barely count the number of people who show. In fact, for next week Wednesday, for example, I can tell those who would show up, and I can tell those who don't show up. Why don't you show up for a recharge? It's because you've not prioritized it. And because as far as you are concerned, in the management of your time, it is not a priority. We have seek ye first. How many of you here, under the sound of my voice this morning, truly tuned in to seek ye first? There are people who call this church their home. Not once have they ever tuned in. Not 6 a.m. to 6:15 or 6:20. Except, of course, I'm taking it and I have to do some teachings on it. That's when it extends to about 40 minutes. How you spend your time will determine God's position in your life. First of all. He doesn't want to play the second fiddle. He doesn't want to take the back seat. The beautiful thing is that you either give him the first or he takes none. You either gives him everything or he takes none. Hallelujah, glory to Jesus.